It's another Monday morning. No, morning. It's not morning. It's Monday afternoon, and the sun is shining at my window at least, and probably at your window as well, Neda, since we are actually facing each other.
Yeah.
You can't see that, and we can't see that because there is a wall, but we are facing each other. How are you today, Neda?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you? It's really nice weather.
Yeah, the weather is super nice. For once, it's not that cold like last week either. So really nice. But we're inside working. I'm working hard on the API, assessing API assignments, and Mats is starting that job as well now. So I really hope to be finished by this week, but it was a couple of years ago I assessed those assignments, since Francis was the one that has been doing that for the last 3 years, I think. And it's a lot of work assessing those assignments, so to getting everything to work. So it takes a bit of time. And a couple of you have already gotten like partial feedback that I haven't been able to kind of start the Postman project files or missing something. So just look at your merge requests or your notifications in GitLab, and if questions comes up, just try to answer them as quickly as possible, because I will start assessing an assignment, and if I run into a problem, I ask a question, then I go to the next one, and when I get an answer, I will put it up top again, and yeah, so I will do that iteratively or something. I don't know, but so please watch out for that on your merge request. Other than that, there are some. Let's see, it's not this course, but it could be this course, some resubmissions as well that is waiting for feedback, but they will be not that prioritized as the first ones. But everything will be done until summer, I guess. So no later than summer, everything should be sorted out. What is the status of the IoT part of the course, Neda? You have published some lectures and been busy, so please just take us through where we are in your part.
Yes. Last week, Monday, it was a red day, so we didn't have a vlog, but I prepared some summary that what happened last week and what a student will go through this week. I prepared the last 2 parts of the lecture 4, as you can see here, lecture 4 topic 4 and lecture 4 topic 5. And all things I talk about in lecture 3, that was for last week, and some of part of lecture 4, that was lecture for topic 1 and topic 2 and topic 3. They were all about communication and what technologies we have, like Wi-Fi, BLE, LTE, and LoRa. And I talk about TCP/IP layer model. Why I talk about it? Because we have IoT layer that is exactly correspond to this TCP/IP layer model, but the protocol we use for this IoT stack is different from the TCP/IP because devices are different. Before we had computers, now we have devices that they have less CPU, less memory, and so the protocols should be adjusted for this kind of devices. So in each layer of IoT stack, we will have different protocols. For example, in the application layer, we will have MQTT protocol, and for example, in we will have 6 low pan protocol for the internet layer, and we can have LoRaWAN protocol for LoRa communication in physical layer. So you can see they are different from the protocols in TCP/IP. I also, so based on this, I defined the IoT stack of protocol in one of the lectures, and also I mentioned that we can have remote sensing and remote control, but it depends what the IoT project needs to do. Based on that, either we have remote sensing, or we will have remote sensing plus remote controlling. So you decide in your project what are you going to do. And also I talked about in lecture 4, the first part, it was about MicroPython programming language, and I explained how you can work with VS Code ID if you are not familiar with it, and how you can work with the REPL, that is another way of writing your code and see the outputs. Also, I talked about programming concept if they were not familiar with the MicroPython programming, and I went go through the syntax, variables, data types, operators, and control structure like if, for, and while. And I think it would be a good start for the students. So yeah, they can have this basic knowledge. Also, this week, I'm going to I mean the lecture 4 topic 4 that and lecture 4 topic 5 that are ready. They are going to talk about MicroPython libraries and some examples of how we can work with these libraries, such as struct, time, network, and machine, because they are for the most commonly used library when we are working with the devices, IoT devices. So I thought that this is a good idea to go through these libraries in depth, and then see how they are working in the code. And also I show them how they can connect their Pico to the Wi-Fi, and also learn how to work with the ADC, I mean analog to digital converter. That there was one of the pin in the pinout diagram in the Pico. I just mentioned theoretical there, but they can use now in the code to see how it's working. And if they like, they can go and buy a photoresistor, because photoresistor is not included in the hardware kit that they prepared for themselves. But if they like for more exercise, they can go and prepare it. But it's not a must do. So this week, I mean today, that they can listen to this lecture. But for Thursday, I hope that the lecture 5 will be ready, and this is about what is MQTT, and how the model works, and what is MQTT broker, and how it handles your data that you send. And then you can send your data, I mean temperature and humidity values, to MQTT broker, and see the results using ADA route. Yeah. That is yeah, the top, I mean the material for this week. So
Yeah. So and I guess that, I mean, we have the assignment coming up as well. It should be handed in, I think, beginning of June, or kind of the last day of the semester. But I guess you can kind of start working on that, or
of-
you're
yeah,
kind of doing that by just following along, I guess.
yeah, I think next week yeah, they can send the data to MQTT, but and see how they are the data ended up there. But for visualization part, I mean it will be lecture 8, so maybe they need little wait. Or if you know how to use the visualization part of ADA fruit, then for sure, if we send it there, it just need to be visualized by the graph, or with the chart that we have. So but still there are some payload formatting, or these things that I'm going to read, and they should learn about it.
Yeah,
So,
and I guess yeah, you are setting the requirements for the project, but I guess that the last part of visualization they could basically do in whatever way they like, right? It
uh,
doesn't need to be Adafruit, or is it?
yes, it can be any of the visualization tools that we have. The one that I have decided is one Adafruit and one is Data Cake.
Okay.
So
Yep.
yeah, so they need with this
Yeah.
knowledge. I mean, this week knowledge and next week that is Wi-Fi connectivity. Because we know in this lecture 4, end of lecture 4, we learn how to connect it to Wi-Fi and how to connect MQTT to it in lecture 5. So it will be ready for next week. That how end up the data in the MQTT Explorer, or how say the client that get the data is there. So I think next week we can say that we are done with the sending data through Wi-Fi. The other
Yep.
lecture is, lecture 7 is about sending via LoRa. So is another option. As I mentioned in my lecture, they know that there are 2 paths for it, one Wi-Fi and one LoRa. So
Great.
for doing the assignment, for sure they can do it. And also I like if the student can read the book, the reference book that I mentioned, and see the more exercises, more projects.
Yeah.
If they
And
like
that, where
more.
do we find? It's there.
Yes,
Yep. In the
yes,
top. Yep.
exactly.
Great.
It's a quiet, very easy book. Is very simple.
Yep. And we have this week as well some tutoring sessions on Tuesday and Thursday, right?
Exactly, tomorrow and Thursday.
Yep. Perfect.
So,
And I will probably maybe be able to join in tomorrow. I hope. Kind of looks like it. So I will try to join in tomorrow at the beginning of the tutoring session as well. If you have any questions for me, it's on Thursday though, because we have then it's double booked with a re-examination for the web technology 2 application. The Elasticsearch re-examination is on Thursday. So if you are interested in doing that one, you have a deadline tomorrow at 12.
okay. So some students have exam on Thursday.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. So please be aware of that for all of you. And let's see, Frederick is, or FR1KO is asking, I am planning to send my data to a web server and then present it in a web application. Is that okay? That was pretty much my question as well. So if is it a must to do it through the presentation through Adafruit or Data Cake, or can you do it like a standalone visualization instead?
If we the asylum one, they mean they want to have their own.
Yeah, their own visualization and not the built-in visualization.
Okay. Okay. The whole main about it is have a visualization of the reading value. So I think both of they can have their built-in.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
no problem.
Good.
But it would be nice if they try with both when they are sending the report. So I know that they can work with these softwares. And
Good.
But no hurries. I think until next week, so they get hold the idea and to know how to work.
I send temp data to my APIs. Let's see. Save it to persistent data and then get current temperature data, day and hour averages. Yep. But then it should be fine. Good. other than that, just know that we are working on the API assignment part. Don't miss the deadline tomorrow for the Web Technology 2 assignment. Other than that, tutoring sessions Thursday and Tuesday and Thursday.
Yes.
And I think that's it. Do you have anything more to add, Nida?
No, I think we talk about every materials that I am preparing. Yeah, about exam or yeah, they can choose what project they want, but they should use whole this how say chain of
Yeah.
yeah.
Good. So if you have any, questions, want to show what you have done or something, then just show up on a tutoring session and ask. So then we
Yes.
can have a look at it. Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Nice seeing you. And have a nice week, everybody. We will probably hear from each other next week as well. So we do a lot of short stand-ups instead of few long ones. So see you all and have a nice week. Bye.
Bye bye.